Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Untitled Tarot. Now this is the long promised, well about a week promised, readings regarding the 3 conjunctions of Mars that we've recently had. I've called it the Warrior's Path for pretty obvious reasons. We had a conjunction with Jupiter, then a conjunction with Pluto, and then finally a conjunction with Saturn, which if I remember correctly, that conjunction is still valid as I film this on the 4th of April. So, as I film this, we have that wonderful 444, 4th of April 2020 energy going along. Now, it's a general reading, it's a guidance reading, it's something for you to look at. Take seriously if it resonates with you, but take seriously as in think about it. Don't just jump on to do what it says. You can ask a question before this reading. It's not really that sort of spread, but who knows what will come out. So if you want to ask a question before the reading, take a moment, think about all the questions that are around you, and then focus on one of them, because energy in, energy out. Be aware of all of them. Cards will answer whatever they please to, not necessarily what you and I think is the most relevant thing. Now, any other details about the reading, it's down in the description below. There's also a link to get your own birth chart down there, which will be useful, as I recommend that you watch more than one of these. There's a timestamp down below as well to get past all my waffle if you're watching more than one. You want to watch your sun sign, definitely, and your rising sign. You may want to watch your moon as well, or even your Mars sign, to be quite honest. This is a reading about Mars. So comment down below if it means anything to you. Press subscribe while you're at it, because it really does help the channel. And if you like the video, press the like button, because that helps this video get out there. And yeah, I think that's everything said, all my standard YouTube diatribes. So let me bring up the cards. And welcome Scorpio rising, moon and Mars from after the timestamp. And if you are indeed Scorpio rising, this will be happening in your 3rd and your 4th house. So your potential to learn something in your local neighbourhood in the 3rd, and in your 4th house it's your home and the roots of your being. And I think these cards are all saying that as well. You are being called up. You are being called up to service. So, under the Jupiter energies, we have the Sisterhood of the Rose with Beauty, Devotion, Priestess, Mystic and Teacher. But there was 2 cards stuck together, as you'll notice from my shuffle video, which would have been that side. Keepers of the Earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand behind you, clarified with Surrender to the Divine, Full Moon. And then, finally, 5 of Pentacles, I am supported and never alone. Something has been made painfully obvious to you, Scorpio. It's almost like, I don't want to use the phrase. No, I do want to use the phrase. But I don't mean it as strong as it sounds. Spirit has backed you into a corner until you can't help but notice what it is that you are supposed to be doing. And that's what the expansiveness of Jupiter was bringing. Remember that Jupiter's in its detriment in Capricorn, but Mars hitting it gives it that extra oomph, that extra push forward, which also gave all the other forces around you that extra push forward as well, until you know exactly what it is you're supposed to be doing. And as the transformation came through, as the Martian go-getting energy came forward with hitting Pluto, we have the realization that you realize what it is that you're supposed to be doing, but you're already doing it. You're already doing it. You're just waiting to expand it. You're waiting to take the transformation, realize the acknowledgement that this is what you are doing, creates a transformation in you for you to go, well, if I was doing that, let's do it well. Let's do it in style. How did I not notice that this was what I was working towards with everything else that I have been trying to do? They've all got this same theme. They've all got this general notice forward. How did I not notice this before? because we have the Judgment card, the transformation. So you need to commit. You need to make that decision to commit. But I think your problems with it, or your ignorance of it, will come to its end with this a personal issue reaches conclusion card. So if you thought that you couldn't quite step forward, or why am I going so blurry? If you thought you couldn't quite step forward with this, or you couldn't carry on with this, or it would be a silly thing to do, not at all. This card, I'm doing this to focus the camera as well, and that's failed. But the Judgment card says, I look back with compassion for myself. Let's see if I can get this camera to... there we go. So you have been working on this already, so be nice to yourself, because you have been working on this already, and Spirit is going, well, if you're going to do it, for God's sake, commit to it. Okay, maybe they don't use the phrase for God's sake. I might have ad-libbed a little, but you know what I mean. So we come to Mars activating the Saturn in Aquarius, where you're free of the constrictions of Capricorn, and you're able to move forward with a little more offbeat, a little more off the beaten track, a little more weird but expansive steps forward. So, whereas I said Spirit had backed you into a corner, now's the time to pay attention to why exactly did you feel backed into a corner? Mirror, who or what is triggering you? So why did that feel so weird? Because you are gaining a phenomenal vantage point. Master of Orbs here, what equates to the King of Swords. But you are gaining an immense vantage point to look over all your actions, look over your life and go, you know what, I was doing it all along and now I'm going to do it in spades. We have show the world the real you. So you need to just figure out why you were remaining ignorant to this fact, or why you were deliberately not paying attention to this general theme that had been going through everything that you've been doing anyway. We have the Three of Cups, taking a dream forward. Think the Three of Wands, where your ship's coming in and you're laying plans and the ship's coming in, because it's that number 3 that's important here. This isn't friends or third-party situations. This is taking a dream forward into the whole new territories that the Aquarius energies represent. Saturn cementing it into the real world. What Saturn says here, the part of you that accepts challenge to gain wisdom. So finally, we have 3 angels wanted to jump out for you. In fact, there's more and more every time I shuffle at the minute. We have the Angel of Eternal Love. I let love in. As I let love in, it stays in my soul forever. That's nice. Maybe a bit of self-love coming on here. The Guardian Angel of Creativity. This is the one that really interests me with what we've seen so far. Creative energy flows for me the more I choose to express my feelings. Now, this theme that you're already doing is you showing the world the real you. Is you showing your real feelings. Is that, whether it's an eternal cardigan and sandal wearing do-gooder, whether it's a healer, whether it's someone who is resourceful and just make sure of all the practical things are getting sorted, or whether it's all of them, you are being called to fulfill your role at the utmost of your ability. And then finally, the Archangel Raphael, I am strengthened and healed by the power of divine love. That divine love comes when you know what it is that you are supposed to be doing and you get on and do it. Okay, so I've given you the like, share and subscribe speech already, but if this means anything to you, Scorpio, comment down below. Yes, press all the buttons while you're there, but comment down below. It's really nice to hear from you. In the meantime, your next readings coming up will be your full moon reading, and your monthlies will be out soon as well, as soon as I get a chance to do them. All right? Cheers.